What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Thursday, April 13th, 2023. I'm your host, Joe from the Buckeye Cast, bringing it to you daily. That means every day. Winding down the spring ball. Got the Saturday spring game. Let me know if anybody's going. If you guys plan on going, you're going to go to the game. I'm not going, but I wish I could. Bit of a expensive trip, but let me know if anybody's going. Be interested to see photos of where you're sitting and what kind of view of the field you got and shit like that. So hit me in the comments and please subscribe. Always appreciate a subscription, please. Like, comment, all that stuff helps everybody find the show. You know, it's all about cracking that YouTube algorithm somehow and getting the power to the people, right? That's what we're trying to do here. All right. So today's topic, we talked all spring about development, depth, starters. Do we have starters? Who's the starter at quarterback? Don't even have that right now. It seems pretty basic, right? Not there yet. All right. So I'm focusing on the freshmen, the early enrollees, 11 of them. Can any of these freshmen find roles? I'm not saying starting spots. A freshman's not going to come in and take Marvin Harrison Jr.'s spot or something, or a Emeka Egbuka. But can these guys find roles, small roles on the team that are important and noticeable, especially if you screw up, like a gunner on punt team or something like that, or blocking on kickoff or something. So these 11 early enrollees, can they find a field somehow, some way? Let's start with the receivers. Don't forget, they have four second-year guys in front of them. So that's always challenging. So you got Emeka Egbuka, Julian Fleming. So these guys have been on the sidelines for spring ball. You got reps galore for the young guys that Carnell Tate has taken advantage of. Brandon Ennis isn't even in Columbus yet. We'll be here shortly. But so that gives you extra snaps for Carnell Tate and Noah Rogers. Also Bryson Rogers, I don't think he's on campus. He just hasn't really done much. I almost forgot. Carnell Tate, first true freshman to lose his black stripe this year. Keep that in mind. I think that's important. Hartline has talked about his ability to take feedback, implement it into practice. He avoids repeated mistakes, and he takes a veteran, a professional approach to his craft. Hartline said this, quote, "I would say anytime a guy comes in and handles his business off the field, I think he has straight A's right now. He's never missed a workout. He's always on time. He's doing his job on the field. The combination of all that and removing his black stripe was well-deserved." So does this mean Carnell Tate gets a spot in the 2 deep? I don't think so. I don't know if he's going to leapfrog second-year wide receivers at this point. Not saying it's impossible, but he's got to continue this momentum through the summer, through preseason camp into the fall, and see where things come out. Now, obviously, an injury to somebody ahead of him in the depth chart changes things drastically. That opens things up, a huge hole for him to fill. So same for Noah Rogers. He's had his moments, but for Carnell Tate, I think he is the standout in the receiver room right now. If you're looking at a true freshman that has a path to the field, it could just be special teams. Like I said, being a gunner or punt block, something like that. We've seen Chris Olave on punt block as a freshman. Think about Michigan. I love thinking about that game. It was a great game for Chris Olave. So think about that kind of role, in this freshman year for him. And don't be afraid to burn his red shirt, coaching staff. So he's the guy. I think he's the guy. If he can leapfrog these second-year receivers or just, find another role alongside of them, he could be the guy. But then we look over at the tight end room, and Jelani Thurman on my freaks list, the dude is massive. He stands out just when you're looking at a group of dudes. Why is that guy so much taller? Well, he's fucking 6'6", man. He's a freak. This is the guy to watch at tight end. Again, an injury, it could leapfrog him into the top 3. And Ryan Day said it. He needs 3 tight ends that can start, because they're going to play a lot of 12 and 13 personnel still, And right now you got Cade, clearly the starter. But then you got G. Scott and Joe Royer. These guys are next men in, as we saw against Georgia. We even saw, then we see a 4th tight end in there, but I forget who it was off the top of my head. But anyway, so and an injury can happen. Look at how many times Cade tries to hurdle people. He broke a bone in his back, for Christ's sake, against Georgia. So Jelani Thurman could even just make a huge leap in from spring to fall camp, Then there's, what if they scheme up a specific package, a personnel package that gets Jelani Thurman on the field, where they go 4 tights or something, and he slips out in a short yardage and ends up in the flat or in the corner of the end zone for a little pop pass. What about that? So there are angles for Jelani to get on the field. It's limited. It's going to be hard because of all the guys in front of him. But again, all it takes is an injury, and you're in there. Or again, blowouts. Ryan Day has done a terrible job of managing blowouts, by the way, and getting guys reps, the young guys. Blowouts is where you got to empty the bench, man, especially in the 4th quarter. I should not see the starting quarterback touch the field if we're up by 30 against, freaking Indiana or whoever. So Jelani Thurman's another guy to watch. Could make a role for himself, probably not gonna, leapfrog guys, but in the depth chart, but could get on the field in a specific role. Defense, this is hard. Corner, you got Jermaine Matthews on campus. He was the highest rated prospect on defense, number 51. But at corner, you got Denzel Burke with this renewed attitude and commitment. He's healthy. Jordan Hancock, same. He's healthy. Running with the ones. Those are your ones, probably. Davison Igbinosun, the transfer from Ole Miss. This guy has got the length. He's got the poundage, things I love. So he's been rotating in with the ones. And then you got Jair Brown. They all have real game experience at the college level. So, Jair is rotating in with the 2s, but it's going to be hard for Jermaine Matthews, or even when Calvin Simpson-Hunt gets on campus from Texas. I don't see an angle for those guys. I just haven't heard anything or seen anything about Jermaine Matthews that tells me he has a role that can get him on the field. Special teams, possibly, but still, that's difficult, man. Who else? Safeties. Malik Hartford. He's on campus practicing. Got his black stripe off last Friday, so that's a great sign. But again, he's in another stacked position group. You got a lot of experience in front of him, a lot of experience, and that's important when you talk about learning this defense from a safety point of view. Whether he's playing free, strong, doesn't matter, slot corner / safety, whatever. More than likely, he's probably the adjuster, but the deep safety, but still a lot to learn. Great that he got his stripe off. That means he's working hard, doing everything he needs to do and above that. So great that he's in there. It's going to help him down the road. But again, maybe special teams is an angle to get him on the field, but that's super limited action there. So you got the battle for 2 deep on special teams. all the special units need a two deep. So these guys, if they can't crack a two deep at their position, you always got special teams, and it takes heart and effort. That's something that you can't coach. So these guys will have to show it on the field. So yeah, we'll see. I say Tate, Jelani Thurman, probably your first two that can crack the field in specific roles for them, and then also help out in special teams. Those are my go-tos there. But let me know what you guys think. You see somebody else that might crack it? I mean, we can't speculate on guys that aren't on campus yet, and especially if they haven't had their black stripe off. So with Tate and Thurman and Malik Hartford, guys with their black stripe off, they've got a leg up on their teammates. So let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments. Subscribe, please subscribe. Appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.